All right, let's talk about one of the most important jobs at the airport, one that you've probably been within inches of, but never really thought about. It's a role that's hiding in plain sight, the crucial link between the terminal and your flight.
Think about it. You've walked through a jet bridge dozens of times, right? Dragging your carry-on, maybe scrolling on your phone. But have you ever actually stopped to wonder who pilots that giant metal arm and parks it perfectly next to a multi-million-dollar airplane? Someone has to do it.
I love this quote because it just hits the nail on the head. The jet bridge is in this kind of weird limbo. It's not really the plane, and it's not really the terminal. It's just there. We all take it for granted. But behind the scenes, there's a skilled professional whose entire job is about precision and safety.
So let's finally meet them. The jet bridge operator. And let me tell you, their job is basically a high-stakes docking maneuver. They are a key player in the complex ballet of airport operations, bringing this massive piece of machinery right up to an aircraft without a single scratch. Talk about pressure. Okay, so when a plane pulls into the gate, the operator's job kicks into high gear. They're talking with the flight crew, the ground crew, everyone. Using controls and visual markers, they have to align that bridge perfectly. We're talking a margin of error of just inches. Then, after a bunch of safety checks, you know how they give the final all clear? Often, it's just a simple knock on the aircraft door. How cool is that? So simple, but so critical. And for departures, the process is just as important. The operator makes sure all those gate check strollers and wheelchairs get on board. They have to wait for the signal that the aircraft door is completely secured, and only then can they start retracting the bridge. Their very last task is a final visual sweep of the area, making sure the plane is totally clear for pushback. They're literally the last set of eyes on the aircraft before it moves. You know, it's wild to think that it wasn't always this comfortable. Before the 1950s, you had to walk down a set of stairs onto the tarmac, in the rain, the snow, whatever the weather was. That all changed back in 1954 at Chicago's O'Hare Airport. United Airlines got the very first telescoping jet bridge, and boom, the game was changed forever. Now we've got these climate-controlled, high-tech wonders we just walk through without a second thought. So you might be listening to this and thinking, wow, that actually sounds like a really cool job. Well, let's talk about how you get it. This is a great opportunity for so many people. Maybe you're looking for a mid-career change, you're a veteran transitioning to civilian life, or you're just exploring options that don't need a four-year college degree. Let's break it down. Now, the first thing you should notice here is what's required at the top: a high school diploma or a GED. That's it. This is a skilled job that doesn't demand a bachelor's degree. Instead, they're looking for reliability, common sense, a good feel for mechanics, and the ability to pass those strict FAA background checks. It makes this a super accessible career path for anyone who's hands-on and takes safety seriously. Okay, here's a little insider secret for you. Most jet bridge operators don't actually work for the airlines. Nope. They're usually employed by these big, specialized ground handling companies that contract out their services to multiple airlines at an airport. And these are the names you'll want to get familiar with. You might not have heard of them, but companies like Swissport and WFS are absolute giants in the industry. They operate at hundreds of airports all across the globe. So what that means for you is that the job opportunities aren't just limited to your local airport. This could be a ticket to work almost anywhere in the world. And what about the pay? Well, it's definitely competitive. You're looking at a starting range of around $17 to $24 an hour. But remember, that's just the base pay. When you factor in overtime, extra pay for night and weekend shifts, and union benefits like healthcare and retirement plans, the total compensation package can be really strong. So who is this job really perfect for? It's for the person who loves hands-on work, who enjoys the challenge of precision mechanics, and who thrives in a fast-paced team environment. But most importantly, it's not a dead-end job. There are clear paths to move up. You could become a lead operator, a ramp coordinator, or even specialize as a ground support equipment technician. And the best part? You learn by doing. Most of the training is on the job. To make things even safer and easier, a lot of companies now use these incredible simulators. So you get to master the joystick and all the controls in a virtual environment before you ever get near a real jet bridge. It's a fantastic way to build confidence.
So where is this role headed? Well, just like everything else in aviation, technology is shaking things up, and the humble jet bridge is no exception. Let's take a quick look at what's coming down the pike.
We're already seeing a big shift. Forget old-school joysticks. Think modern touchscreen controls.
And we're even on the verge of automated and remote-controlled docking systems. This makes the job a really great fit for younger, tech-savvy folks who are comfortable with new interfaces. So the role isn't going away. It's just getting cooler. When you boil it all down, this is truly a career of high stakes in a low profile. You hold an immense amount of responsibility in your hands. You're maneuvering a piece of equipment worth a ton of money right next to an aircraft worth hundreds of millions. It is absolutely vital work, and it's all done completely out of the spotlight. So the next time you're walking down that jet bridge to board your flight, just take a second to look around. Remember that someone, an operator, parked that bridge with incredible skill and care. And it really makes you wonder, right? Airports are more than just buildings. They're huge career engines, full of hundreds of essential jobs like this one. What other hidden opportunities are right there, just waiting for you to find them?